else you can come. Bless your word, your in Jesus' name. Do it. Peace and blessings, y'all. How are you doing? This is your boy Gerald. It is the morning of the 30th, Monday of June. How you doing? Yeah, it's a little bit after midnight. Just got in after work, kind of unwinding. But I was thinking about each and every one of y'all. I was. I know y'all saying, well, what's up with Gerald? He put his weekend, his videos out, nothing like that. Nah, it's not that, y'all. It's not that at all. You gotta excuse me, I'm looking a little bummy. As you can see, I got my little farmer's tan, because it's hot here. I gotta go down to the beach and tone this out. It's crazy. But hey, I'm chilling. So how you doing? You doing alright? How was your week? You navigate through it, sidestepping that negativity, not claiming none of that toxic energy that's out there from other people, because you know that with the heat, something about the heat tends to bring the truth. It brings the emotions to the surface, and some people they find it most challenging when it comes to expressing how they feel. They just fly off the cuff. The first thing that is manifested from their mouth, and we all know it's not good to speak without thought first. That's why it's always good just to take a second. That's right, before you release it into the air. So how's everybody? Doing alright? Oh, so man, my hair look crazy. I don't know, looking like Coolio. Excuse me, y'all. I'm just gonna deal with it. Bear with me. Because during the day I just pull it back. Not bad for a year, huh? I know. That's God. That's what God does. That's how He does. Every day I wake up and I see something different about myself. And to be honest with you, you know what? I am so happy. Not because the fact of the environment. I'm just grateful to be alive. Now, you do know that every day that you wake up, it is a blessing. You are aware of that, right? Because, unfortunately, we'll get in this, I call it a treadmill, like a hamster. You're on that cycle, that spin cycle, and we go through life, or we allow life to live us and not us live our life, and therefore sometimes we get caught up in the environment because there is a lack of control. That is why it's very best that you take a second, just a second, to ground your steps. That's why they always say to place your best foot forward. Well, how can you place your best foot forward if you're not placing it correctly? You're going to trip, slip, and bust your lip. Nah, you can't do yourself an injustice. So why rush the process? You're supposed to respect it. It's like a fine glass of wine. You're not going to just take anything given to you. But if you let it just sit at the designated time and the designated moment, the bouquet and the fragrance, when you pop the cork, it can be intoxicating in itself. And that should be the same when it comes to your heart. You do understand, the more that you invest in you, the more things will be revealed. It's like you'll get to a place of peace and harmony within yourself that all you have to do is be patient. Yes. That's why you hear everybody echo that patience is a virtue, because it is an art that is never mastered, like communication. The greatest form of communication is listening, not what is being conveyed through the mouth, but the actual God, I'm having a brain dump, but that's okay. The delivery. See, I took a second and it was given. Thank you, my Father. And that's how your life is supposed to be. You're not supposed to rush through life like you're in a track meet. Gotta hurry up and get this job. Gotta hurry up and move over here. I gotta turn around and have this lifestyle. And you burn through your life like a Roman candle and don't get to enjoy none of it. That's why they say stop and smell the roses, because maybe if you smell the roses, you may also notice that there's a danger sign or a crack in the cement. And you know what I'm saying? There's a reason for what you experience and what you see. That's why I always convey to you, what is found in your heart manifests your reality. I think a lot of you guys are starting to understand that. That's why it is very important that you live an authentic life, a transparent life. Yes, when you have your boundaries in place, you are always protected. That's how it works. I mean, how much is your smile worth? How much is it? It should be priceless, right? Well, guess what? You can't smile if fear is dictating what you're doing. It don't work that way. It don't. It truly don't. So, not to ramble on a tangent, I got my candles burning right now. I burn them for each and every one of you. Let it burn, let it burn. Let your heart feel the flame of love, unconditional love. And, I was talking to somebody earlier this week, and, I gained some insight out of it because it just came out of my spirit, which I know comes from him, and I just roll with it. But haven't you noticed when you take a position of humility, you also influence your courage? It also shows you how strong you really are in faith, because you're walking by faith and not by sight. Because perceptions are simply that. You get what I'm saying? So that's why it's always best to get a second opinion on anything you do, because if you do not do so, you may make a misjudgment that may cost you. Maybe time, money, or effort. So it's very important. They even say sometimes when you have an important decision that you have to contemplate before impulsively responding to what that may be, sleep on it. And when you wake up the next day, if you have the same thought process than you had the night before, then that's what you're supposed to do. But also be prepared to this. The same door that you open is going to be an energy used to open it. It's the same energy you're going to need to close it. So choose wisely. So, how my queens doing? Y'all doing well? I hope so. I hope y'all are. This was bugging me, y'all, because normally I just pull it back and keep them over there. How's my kings doing? You doing good? I want to give a shout out to each and every one of y'all. I can't say it I can't be more humble than this for you taking the time to hear about and just hear what Gerald got to talk about. I hope that whatever I convey, it serves you well, because it comes from a place of love. Now, speaking of love, I always talk about love. I heard something on, I don't know if it's Steve Harvey, it was one of the morning shows, and they were talking about how people tend to, during the winter time, just shack up with somebody, because winter, you feel isolated, and especially if you're not in a committed relationship. But they said that the summertime, it's twice. I think they call it cuffing season in the winter or something like that. But it's something else. Summer bunch, something, I don't know what it is. But apparently, that's why people are more open to just being out there. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of our STDs are more documented during the summer months than in the winter. And I thought about it, and I was like, why is it we as a culture, as a people, feel that we got to run into the burning house? Why we do that? Only to turn around and be disappointed in the end. Then I thought about it. It's because a lot of times we're searching for validation that should be found within ourselves. Or we feel that our environment has convinced us that we have to do this, because anything less than that, we feel out of sync. But think about it this way. If you're constantly getting the same outcome repeatedly, and it's not in your best interest, shouldn't that tell you that you're not supposed to be doing that? And actually what's happening is that spirituality is protecting you from yourself. I mean, think about it. You're out sun shining, birds chirping, you're off, and then all of a sudden, you run into someone, and I guess what they call it, thirst, and you're intrigued and want to know. Once you're into it, what happens is you get to a point where you allow your boundaries to be compromised, and then you end up beating yourself in the head like, why did I do that? Why did I rob Peter to pay Paul emotionally? I've come to learn this, not to sound languid, but you do understand that your higher power, I know him as my Lord Jesus Christ, is the greatest comedian ever. And here's the reason why I say that. How many times have you had a scenario play out where your intuition told you to not do something, but your body told you to do something else, only to turn around and just be mad at yourself because you look at what it cost you in hindsight? Now, nobody likes disappointment. No, we don't. But even in disappointment, there's a blessing in that. The blessing is this. What happens is you just had a crash course on what you should not be doing in the beginning. But it also, the silver lining is you're being protected for the one. And there's spiritual investment. You know, them angels, the spirit guides that tell you about, they're there. And they're going to save you from yourself. See, that's why temptation is the way it is. Temptation is a mother. It really is. And you turn around and say, you know what, I shouldn't call so-and-so because I know they ain't up to no good, or what they tell you, just, you can see the holes in what they're saying. And you kind of almost feel sorry for them because you're like, wait a minute. Why do you feel that you've got to go beyond the call of duty to sway my judgment? Which is really an insult to you, but you go along with it. You go right along with it, and then you get mad because you already knew from the gate that, well, what they say, if it seems to be too good to be true, it is. What's happening is your discernment is saying, hey, you need to you need to put more faith in who you are. Your self-worth and self-respect is telling you, hey, I'm tired of your foolishness. Stop doing this. And it's going on strike. You see, the body has certain little things that it can do to even trip you up from yourself. How many times are you planning on doing something and all of a sudden your body just goes out of whack? You get sick, or you know, maybe you have, you know, acne or whatever it may be, but it incapacitates you from being there, and then you come to find out in hindsight you wasn't supposed to be there anyway. You're grateful that you wasn't. Well, once again, there's your angels and spirit guides saying, nah, I know what's best for you. I know what you need and not what you want. And that right here, that person right there, ain't what you need. So, let me go ahead and spiritually grab you by your ear and take you out of the cut for a while. And then you just go along with it, you get back on your feet, and guess what? They done moved on just like that. Why? Because See, see what I'm saying? Talk about synchronicity, right? You do understand your angels and spirit guides, they love you. They want nothing best for you to invite them in your life. But you got to trust your higher power, your spirituality, because that's going to carry you through the difficult times in your life. No one is exempt from going through the challenges. Thank you, my Father. That's what synchronicity is, right? Crazy. I got goosebumps right now. And I think somebody right now needed to hear that. Because you're about to make a pivotal decision that is going to alter your life. Now is not your time. And if you can just hold on and do the maintenance, the spiritual maintenance that's needed for your life, because you're in a process of being renewed. You're so close to it. But guess what? And this is for you all, my spiritual family. You know, sometimes you gotta make the choice to walk in faith, in blind faith, and trust that everything is going to be as it should be. And the more you do that, the more things will be revealed. That's just like saying, the more you learn to be responsible, more responsibility will be given to you. Well, when it comes to your life, which is priceless, why won't you take heed to what is found in your heart? So why are you running through it? Why you going 100 miles an hour and not going nowhere? Why? Here, my people, I want y'all to know something. You know why I keep saying to you, I've been screaming that this summer is the defining moment for you? Why I keep saying it? I say this because if you do the work within, your environment is going to change so radically. Not only are you going to be crying tears of joy, but your life as you know it will be a far memory. The days of walking in pain and struggle, or feeling like nobody loves you, or feeling like your life doesn't matter, I'm here to tell you, I think I'm supposed to tell somebody this right now. Your life is so precious, you can't fathom how great it is. You haven't even stepped into your greatness yet, because you have to be able to. You gotta fix that heart. You gotta fix that heart first. And when you start to believe that you are worth it, guess what? Your environment is going to change. The people in your environment is going to change. And the people that don't give two shits about you, excuse my French, one by one, they will not be able to have access, because you will be on a higher vibrational octave that you'll be untouchable except for the people that get you, which is like-minded. Yes. Stop putting a price tag on your heart. Stop compromising your soul. Stop disrespecting your body. So you don't even realize that the things that you do today will have an outcome tomorrow. You don't want to be one of those people waking up 25 years from now and the blessed body that God gave you ain't working for you. You're supposed to nurture and protect your temple. But I'm going to tell you what, them thieves in the night, they banking that you don't. So that's why they tell you what you want to hear, not what you need to know. It's because they don't respect themselves. And misery loves company. And you know what? On the streets is nothing but a calculated casualty. That's why they say charge it to the game. Because that's all it is. But if you constantly playing your life, you will eventually play yourself. You ain't worth it. You're not worth that. No one deserves to walk around, not together. Get your mind right and your body will be tight. Your self-worth and self-respect, no one can buy that. Ask these people that, you hear about it all the time. You hear about these women they say, oh, I want to be with a sugar daddy. Only realize that it was a lease to own, it was a lease to buy, but never to own. You don't deserve that. You deserve to have the life intended. But you know what? I think I'm supposed to tell somebody this. So I'll say this as best I can. Be careful for the decisions that you make today. I got a feeling somebody's about to make an impulsive decision. And it's because they're being swayed by their environment or the people in that. I'm here to tell you, your friends ain't your friends. And they're waiting for you to mess up. So I say this to you. Trust your higher power. Trust your higher power. Ask for protection. Ask for forgiveness. Ask for clarity. And watch what your higher power shows you. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Treat your life. Man, I lose words. Because we only have one life. But you know what's messed up? Here's the thing, and I don't want to ramble. Somebody right now watching this video is still letting the pain from their childhood influence their decisions in their adulthood. And you have a mindset of, I'll show you, only to pay the price in the end. Stop sacrificing your heart because you want to be prideful. See? Thieves in the temple, baby. They know what to say, when to say it, how to move you and shake you. And when they get tired, they'll throw you away. Don't do that. Don't do it. Alright, but let me spin this up because I was getting a little melancholy right there, and that ain't cool. So, to get back to what I was saying, we're in the midst of summer right now, and you about to be shown some things. You're going to have people come into your life that are going to try to influence your development emotionally, mentally, and possibly physically. It is very imperative that you truly embrace your discernment. If it doesn't sound right, if it smells fishy, it is. But what I really like to believe is this. If you truly want to be happy, I mean have the happiness you deserve, this is the summer that you're going to start that walk. You're going to embrace your journey. And you're going to find yourself spending a lot of time by yourself. But that's okay. Fall in love with you. Fall back in love with yourself. Because guess what? When you fall back in love with yourself, you are going to do what needs to be done so that the authentic person you really are can be revealed to the world. And everything around it will be authentic. Now, there is a caveat in that. The people, as I just said earlier, that don't want your best interest to come out, that are terrified of that, they're going to try to talk you down. And the more that you turn around and don't want to listen, the more aggressive they're going to become. And unfortunately, you're going to really see why they're there. So choose wisely. Choose wisely. Do not make decisions in haste. That's what emotional trigger is all about. Be stronger than your emotions. Respect them. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I truly believe that. Well, I don't want to sound winded. I did want to put this out real quick. I'm on Google Plus, as you know. I thank you for the likes as well as the subscriptions. And I'm actually seriously thinking about doing this. A lot of you have access to the live chat. I would like to know if you would like to set that up. And we could actually have an open forum and chop it up about the things that's going on in your life. Or just if there's questions about things that may have wanted questions, you wanted answers to. You know how they say it takes a nation, it takes a village to raise a child? Well, it's all about community. I think this time to do it. So, I'd love to hear from you guys. I hope this week, yes, it's Monday, I hope it's protected, it's fruitful, you get the clarity and the answers that you seek, and you stay divinely protected at all times. Like I said before, if your environment does not spark growth, then you're in the wrong environment. Because growing shouldn't hurt. God's praying for you. You know I am. I see your worth, and it's priceless. So keep your boundaries up and your spiritual doors open. Alright, y'all. Stay blessed, stay protected, and of course, stay you. Bye for now.